Hi everybody, Sean Holsinger here from HolsingersFlyShop.com. Bringing another video today. Today we're doing an iron Lotus. I don't know why I haven't tied one of these for you yet. I've been fishing it for a while now, catching a lot of fish on it, and it's an old pattern. It's a great check nymph pattern. Actually, the reason why I'm tying it today is I had to get out of the house here for a little bit and do a little fishing. So I went out and I caught a really nice brown trout, a real nice wild brown. It's fall here and just beautiful colors on it. But I caught it on the iron Lotus. I'm gonna tie it in a size 12 on the video here. That's a little bit bigger than you probably want to tie it. I tie them anywhere from 18s to 12s, but I do fish them in a size 12, so don't be afraid to tie it that big. But typically I tie them in usually around a 16 is what I like to fish the most, but anywhere from an 18 to 12, like I said. So give this fly a try. You're gonna see it here in a second, and with the material list, I'm sure you're going to like it and it's going to catch you a lot of fish. Alright, here you see the iron Lotus in the vise. Easy fly to tie, just a couple pieces of material. You can see how nice it looks, nice slim taper to it. Thin is in, you know how we always say here. So let's get into tying it. We're going to tie it on a trutta hook, on a upside downy. I'm going to do it in a size 12. I tie this anywhere from a size 18 to a size 12 is what I typically tie it in. I'm tying it more for demonstration purpose on the video here in a size 12, but I will fish it in that. And it's just a fish catching fly. This is one of those flies that is it's a go-to fly for a lot of guys. Can't believe, honestly, I can't believe I never made a video of it. It's a really popular fly, and I really didn't actually start fishing it until this year. So I actually had a client out fishing with me one day, and he was just tearing them up on them, so I started fishing them. So anyhow, we're going to put our thread on there. The thread I'm using is dark gray. And this is 70 denier. Next thing I'm going to put on is a Cocktail on feather, medium Pardo or whatever color you have. And not a whole lot of fibers, about 6 or so. I like to use 6 or 8 tops. I like to know that the tail is there but not overpowering. So we're just going to lay that on top. Gonna tie it down loose, so I can pull it through, get it where I want it. I want the tail to be the length of the body. So we got that where we want it. We're just going to tie it down, and I'm going to tie it right back to where the barb would have been on the hook. And maybe take a wrap off of that just so it stands straight off the back of the hook there, you see. And we're just going to cover this up and trim it off. Okay, next thing we're going to add is a piece of white Veevus. I'm using 10-aught Veevus for this, and it's nice, and the reason I like it is it stays nice and round, and the 10-aught is a nice size that won't overpower. So we're just going to wrap that down. I wrap it on the side wherever, and then wrap it back to the tail, and then I'm going to build a little bit of taper up here with my gray. Keeping it thin at the back and building some taper up. Now I want to get this bead. Do you see how the bead keeps laying back like that? I want to wrap this until I get it where I want it and I get it straight up there. And I'm just going to put a nice ball of thread there to hold that in place. There, now you can see it's not moving, and that gap on the back of the bead is straight on the top of the hook. And by that being there, that's going to have this ride true and have it ride upside down like you want it when it's in the water. Okay, now we're going to put a rib with this white thread, and it's going to be faint, but you'll see it. And like I said, this Veevus stays together nice and it doesn't split real wide open, so you don't have to worry about keep twisting it. You could do without it if you want, for sure, because it's not real overpowering, like I said there. But you can see it still. So we're going to put a couple wraps on there, and then we'll trim this off. could use gel spun if you want, but that gets pretty thick, so you got to make sure you twist it and keep it tight. Then the next thing we're going to put on is some 1/8 Scud black and brown. Okay, and we're just going to tie this down right behind the bead here. Pop it back there, pull her back so I just tie it in behind the bead, and I want to make sure this stays up on top. Then I want my thorax to be about 1/3 of the length and 2/3 for the abdomen. So that's about right there where I want it. For dubbing, I'm just using a little bit of SLF dub in dark stone, and so I'm just going to pull a little bit of that out, and we're just going to dub it on here real lightly. Okay, keeping our dub light as always. You can always add more. It's always easy to add a little bit more. So we're just going to put some dubbing on here and dub this back. Okay, and then we're just going to dub that right back, or dub it up to the bead, and then we're going to pull our Scud back over and make it nice and tight and centered. I'll take a wrap or two in front and cut this off. Okay, then I'm going to whip finish this real quick. Just a small whip finish. And I'm going to come in with a little bit of red thread, and I'm going to make a collar out of red. So it's easier just to make the collar at the end like this, to keep it small. Just make 4 or 5 wraps to get it on there, and I wrapped over there once. Wrapped over my tag, and then I'm just going to wrap a whip finish on. And that's all that's to it. Now I will take, of course, you can always hit it with a little bit of UV glue if you want. But I'm just going to take my brush and tease this around just to get some of them fibers to stand out a little bit better, give it a more buggy, leggy look. And there you go. That's all that's to the Iron Lotus. Okay, I hope you liked that fly. Easy one to tie. That's what we like to bring you here, because it's the easy ones catch fish. Seems like the more I put into them, the more time I spend tying them, the less time I fish. So it's not that I don't catch less fish or more fish on them. It's just I spend more time tying them when I can be tying a nice simple pattern and be on the stream. Anyhow, keep them simple, guys. That's one of the big things to it. And also, change the colors. This is a great pattern, but just because I tie it in dark gray doesn't mean you have to tie it in dark gray. A lot of guys tie this in olives. This would work great in browns and yellows for the sulfurs. So switch it up. Tie it in match your collar, match your dubbing with your thread to make it nice and blend and more natural looking, but switch up your colors. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of success on it. Anyhow, any of the stuff you need to tie it, like always, you can find it at our shop at holsingersflyshop.com. And if you want to get a hold of me, just hit the email, then hit the email button. There isn't one there, but my email address, which is right here, is holsingersflyshop@gmail.com. That will go directly to me. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. So shoot me a message. Or if you're looking for a guiding trip, I do that too. So hit me at that address and we'll get in touch for guiding. Have any shop related questions, want to order something or anything like that, you can forward them on to my dad at contactus@holsingersflyshop.com. So he's there answering your emails all day, and that's who you're going to talk to if you give him a call. Anyhow, until next time, guys, please keep coming back and watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And so we can keep growing and keep bringing you these videos. So keep us in mind. And until next time, I'm Sean Holsinger.